Jury finds the defendant not guilty. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another random game. Now, I don't actually know what this is called. There's probably a name for it, but yeah, this is basically Coffin of Andy and Leyley, if you've seen that. Because I will show you why. Like, this literally looks like them. Yeah. So, yeah, this is like a case type game. I love games like this anyway. Alright, just remember what I said earlier. Just stick to that and you two will be off the hook in no time. Court is now in session. Our case today is the state versus Austin and Leah Groves. The defendant will be represented by public attorney Jim Brimstone. So I think that's the devil dude that we just saw. Mr. Brimstone, I understand that your client is pleading not guilty to the charge. That is correct, Your Honor. Very well. Miss Connors, what is the state's case against the defendant? I like how shady everyone is in this, it's funny. We believe that Austin and... I think I'm pronouncing that right. Lila, I don't know. Groves are guilty of first-degree murder and acts of cannibalism involving their neighbor. So yeah, that's basically what happened in Coffin of Andy and Leyley Chapter 1, which is interesting. The two of them were found yesterday afternoon in their neighbor's apartment by the police. They received a noise complaint. And also, in the description of this game, it did say this was made in 72 hours, which is kind of insane. When they entered the apartment, the two suspects were covered head to toe in the victim's blood. Objection, speculation, how do you know it was blood? Good point. I mean, it could be jam, tomato sauce. We literally had it tested. Their clothes had the blood from the victims on them. How are you so sure? Did you taste it? How do you know what blood tastes like? What? No, we had our machines examine it and match up with our DNA database. Oh, so you're trusting a narrative from a vampiric cyborg now. Whoa. Your Honor, I'm going to request a motion to dismiss the DNA evidence. We cannot allow vampiric cyborgs to get in the way of serving justice in this trial. I have 3 hearts. Oh, Mr. Brimstone, if the substance found on the suspects wasn't blood, then what do you believe it was? Oh, Huey, pasta sauce. That could be good. Oh, okay. So, what do I think it was? Pasta sauce, it would be good, but I'm gonna say ketchup. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, he actually used the arrow keys for this. That's interesting. Ketchup. There is no way a single person has that much ketchup. Okay, good point. Pasta sauce. It's pasta sauce, obviously. I mean, ketchup, you know, someone could be addicted to ketchup. Anyway, these little goofballs were just making dinner for their neighbor, isn't that right? Oh yeah, we were making a lot of spaghetti. They're smiling, that's funny. Well, we also found a knife lodged into the victim's body with both Austin and Leah's fingerprints on the handle. The victim's body had a large stab wound in the abdomen area. Objection, irrelevant. If the knife had their fingerprints on it, that does mean, not mean they used it on the neighbor. They could have just used the knife to chop the tomatoes for the pasta sauce, for all we know. Good point. Mr. and Miss Groves, where were you at the time of the victim's death? We were in the room, we saw it happen. She invited us over for lunch yesterday. We got work and later on, an altercation ensued. Things got a little heated and then the knife ended up in her. How did the knife end up in the victim's body? Tripped, murdered, I don't know, burglar? I don't know. This one. I don't actually know. Really? Was the pasta really that bad? Okay. Burglar. I've heard enough. The jury is released for... Oh. Oh no. The court is adjourned. The defendants find you guilty. No, life in prison. Okay, we failed. Okay, this time passes us. At least we'll have an extra life now. And then we just skip more. Okay, so we tried the top two. Sorry. Let's see, tripped. There we go, it was tripped. She tripped. Yes, the victim tripped and knocked the knife out of Liz' hand and it landed into her stomach. What? This caused her body to fall over onto the pot of pasta sauce covering everyone. It was quite a tragedy, a loss of life, and an excellent meal. Huh. That does not seem very likely. Where is your evidence for this? Your Honor, is eyewitness testimony not enough? You two witnessed this occur, correct? The knife went in and liquids were flying everywhere, yep. Okay, well, let's say that they didn't murder the victim. When the police arrived on the scene, Mr. and Miss Groves were in the process of devouring the victim's corpse. Oh, yeah, we did eat him. Oh, that was a while ago now, that's weird to think about. We have body cam footage to prove this. That alone should prove them guilty beyond reasonable doubt. This is true, the footage was gruesome. I could barely watch. Yes, footage of my clients consuming a human corpse would be quite damning. If that is what they were doing, are you implying they weren't eating the victim? Indeed, that's because they were actually eating... Okay, well, we already said pasta sauce, so it would make sense to eat meatballs. They're eating nothing, candy, or flesh. That's hilarious. Flesh. If we say we're eating flesh, we're basically confessing to eating a corpse. It's kind of hilarious. I'm tempted to pot that and see what they say, but no. Meatballs. They were eating the meatballs that were spilled onto the victim. What? Think about it. You wouldn't let such a delicious dish go to waste, would you? The juicy tomato paste. This is kind of making me hungry now, I'm not gonna lie. The basil, think of how good it must have tasted. The meat was quite delicious. The body cam footage didn't capture an act of cannibalism. It captured two innocent people enjoying a delicious snack. That is not a perspective I would have considered. Your Honor, my clients had nothing to do with the death of the victim in this case. It is simply two youngsters making the best of a terrible situation. Yeah, they don't know what to say to this. I rest my case. Okay then, Miss Connors, how will you respond to that? I'm at a loss for words. Very well. If that is all, then I will dismiss the jury for deliberation. Wait, what? Court is adjourned. Yes. The jury finds the defendant not guilty. Defendant walks free. Nice work. Space to continue. Oh, case 2. Yo, okay. Yo, sorry I'm late. I have, like, a huge hangover right now. Okay, so he's a bit of an alcoholic. And is that a cigarette he's smoking? A little too many, margaritas at night. Is that like a cocktail? I have no idea. No worries, it's all good, man. Court is now in session. Our first case today is the state versus the gambler. Once again, the defendant will be represented by Public Attorney Jim Brimstone. Wait, is that the guy from the roulette game? Great. Not this guy again. Not guilty, I assume. That is right. Oh, I have no idea. Correct, Your Honor. Alright then, Miss Connors, what is the state's case against the defendant? Well, Your Honor, the state conducted a public raid at an underground nightclub last week. It is, because it takes place in there. At the establishment, there was a plenitude of illegal activities occurring, such as drug trades, prostitution, and gambling. Oh, dude. And Mr. Gambler here was one of the culprits. It was no ordinary gambling, however. No, he was gambling with people's lives. Russian roulette. Yeah, that's 100% him. That's kind of cool that they're including all these characters. They could have just been playing a harmless game of poker. A photograph taken of the scene clearly displayed a gun on the table. It was evident that what was occurring. But what type of gun was it? Russian roulette is typically played with a revolver. There wasn't a revolver. There was a... Ooh. It was a shotgun, though. Yeah. It was a shotgun. You can't play Russian roulette with a shotgun. Therefore, that's not what occurred. Smart. Actually, you can... There's a special system involved by using blank shells. They're randomly inserted into the gun, simulating the effect of empty cylinders. Dude, you're not supposed to say that. Oh, oops, sorry. So you admit to using the shotgun to take the lives of others as a form of gambling? Of course not. My client was simply showing off his vintage collectible to his... Yeah, I totally was, lol. Dude. Oops, me and my big mouth. So you admit to using the shotgun in a variant of Russian roulette. Is there a reason you don't use the standard revolver? I like the higher stakes. It's much harder to survive and a point-blank shotgun blast. That's true. No grey area. You're either dead or you're not. How many lives have you claimed with this sick twisted game? 0, Your Honor. My client has never killed anyone. Really? Correct me if I'm wrong, but pointing a gun at someone and shooting sounds a lot like murder. Indeed, if Mr. Gambler does this for a living, then that would make him a serial killer. How is this not murder? Oh, okay. Skill issue, luck issue, fake bullets, it's murder. Obviously not the very bottom one. Luck issue, skill issue, I don't actually know. Fake bullets, maybe? Rip. Evidence proves those are real bullets. Your client has admitted to... Oh, yes. Okay. Luck issue. Yeah. Quite simply, it's an issue of luck, Your Honor. My client does not pull the trigger with the intent to kill, only to see the desired outcome. He is merely a vessel for the will of the universe. No words. No comment. Can't argue with that. In the game. Signed a... Yes, that's true. That's a really good statement right there. With beforehand, they knew what they were getting into. Therefore, my client is not liable for the deaths of others. I would urge that, as part of the game, intentional harm is desired outcome. That's how you win, right? Not necessarily. You can also win by your opponent shooting themselves, which is not intentional harm by my client. This is getting nowhere. Mr. Gambler, let me ask you a question. In the evidence that was submitted, therefore, 4 shells found inside the gun. Out of those 4 shells, which one did you intend to fire at your opponent? Oh, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lucky number 3. No. The third shell was a live round. That means you intended to fire a live round. 2. Oh no! I've heard enough. Oh no. Rest in peace. I'm going to life in prison. Guilty. Life in prison. Alright, we back. 1 of 4. Oh, of course it's the last one. The first shell was... Okay. 4. There we go. According to evidence, that round was a blank, so you intended to fire a blank round. Sounds pretty innocent to me. Your Honor, this does not prove the suspect's innocence. He was literally running an underground gambling ring that actively involved the deaths of other people. Dozens, possibly even hundreds are dead because of this man. That's not for you to decide, Miss Connors. I know, it's just... Mr. Brimstone, do you have any other evidence you would like to present? None, Your Honor. I rest my case. Very well. The jury is now dismissed. Okay. Court is adjourned. Jury finds the defendant not guilty. I'm sorry. Why? That's Banban, right? Oh my gosh. Best game ever. So then, they called me a week later, dude, all of my limbs are gone, what the hell? And I was like, damn, hope you have insurance, because that'll cost you an arm and a leg. Haha, wow, dude, that's insane. Yep, anyway, that's how I lost my law license. Court is now in session. I like the way they called him Bam Bam instead of Ban Ban. That's probably like copyright issues or something. Anyway, our case today is the state versus... Is it Bam Bam? Gordon O. Bam Bam, that is correct. Yet again, represented by Public Attorney Jim Brimstone, have been quite a busy week for you, Your Honor, it has. Yeah, this woman's getting fed up at me. That's hilarious. Let me guess, your client is innocent in this case. Your Honor, I believe that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. And I can assure you, I will not be proven my client is guilty. I certainly will. Objection, nobody asked. Ms. Connors, you may now represent the state's case against the defendant. A few days ago, the police investigated an abandoned building that was originally for kindergarten. Mr. Bam Bam is the owner and the main mascot for the kindergarten and was still living there when they discovered him. When investigating the facility, they discovered a large facility with an underground network of tunnels and rooms, seemingly infinite. I mean, it basically is. It goes like down to the center of the earth, as far as I know. There were rooms filled with scientific equipment and lots of large containers of substance called duranium. Duvanium? Something like that. Something along those lines. This is not something that should be directly under a school for children. Objection, irrelevant. How can you be certain the kindergarten and the facility are connected? Murals of Mr. Bam Bam and the other mascots for that kindergarten were plastered across the facility at every turn. It was almost comical how related the two were. That is very odd. Why would there be such a large structure under this kindergarten? Government Project Aliens Playground or evil stuff? Playground? It's probably the best answer. Yeah. It was just a large playground for the kiddos to run around in. BS. That was not safe environment for children at all. Police found large bottomless pits that had platforms which required jumps children could not make. Sounds like your average playground to me. There were also these creatures lurking around in the darkness. Investigators believe that these creatures were previous employees of the kindergarten transformed into hideous monsters. Whoa, no, that's just rude. And a little bit racist, if I might add. Like, we're right here, dude. Miss Connors, please do not make rude remarks in this courtroom. Have some respect. Okay, let me ask you this, Mr. Bam Bam. Did you transform your employees into monsters? Objection, leading. Well, Your Honor. Objection, sustained. Mr. Bam Bam, did you used to be a human? I was, yes. We all were. It was an accident with the duvanium. What were you planning on using the duvanium for? Infinite food hack, world domination, marketing plushies, or research? Research. No? What type of research? Please be specific. Food? Oh, wait, marketing plushies. Yes. There we go. Marketable plushies. Correct, the duvanium was being used to give everyone a living, breathing plushie. Everyone needs a friend, right? Imagine having a teddy bear that could walk, talk, and sing. Where are you going with this? they don't need to know about the pancreases. Your Honor, this is ridiculous. They're obviously just coming up with lies on the spot. That's all this bloke has done for the past few days, just lie and lie. I'm going to file a motion for a retrial. There is factual evidence of serious felonies being swept under the rug. Ms. Connors, please do not let personal opinions get in the way of court proceedings. Look at the evidence. There is body cam footage of the suspect chasing down a police officer trying to eat him. How does that not prove beyond a reasonable doubt the suspect is guilty? Mr. Bam Bam, what were you doing in that video? Torturing, eating him, murdering him, wanted a hug. Yes. Your Honor, my client just wanted a hug. He was trapped in the facility for so long he missed having company. Yes, my client might appear to have horns and sharp teeth, but they are truly a darling on the inside. Because deep down, they're still human. I rest my case. Okay, Miss Connors. Any further evidence you'd like to discuss? I'll take that as a no. The jury, okay, there we go. No. No. No, no, no. This is all wrong. The evidence in this case proves that Thing is guilty. I'm not going to let the justice system take me down like this, and if it is, I'm taking it down with me. Whoa, what the? Miss Connors, please put the gun down. Ah! He just shot him! Not guilty. What the heck did I just witness? That woman's crazy, man. The defendant walks free. Nice work. Okay, state verse. Oh, wait. Oh, we're doing it for her now as well. That's hilarious. Phew, man, what a week, huh? Surprised you weren't able to find a better lawyer. Guess you're stuck with me again. Don't worry, I got you covered. That's hilarious. The end. Made in 72 hours. Thanks for playing. That was actually a really fun game and very hilarious. Like, Bam Bam was in there, the guy from the Russian roulette game. Oh, I forgot what that game was actually called. Yeah, that was, this game. This was hilarious, funny to play. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.